What up? It's your boy Basun here, coming at you with a tutorial on how to macro in Platinum League. So, I'm playing Terran today, and as usual, and we're against a Protoss. So, um, in Platinum League, it's very important to harass the Protoss because you have to understand that there's a window of opportunity for every race, and Terran's window of opportunity starts much earlier than Protoss. Protoss, if you allow them to, I guess, just macro without any harassment, you're going to find it's much more difficult to take the lead. So against Protoss, we're going to start a Reaper into one Marine. The one Marine basically just allows us to defend any sort of early aggression before, and also gives us the time to build the gas and get out our factory and starport. So we'll see here. He actually killed my my scout early on. I feel like his expansion was a bit slow, so we're ahead early like that. I have my Reaper here. I'm focusing on macroing before microing this Reaper. As you can see, I want to get my factory started and ensure my gas is going. And we start harassing. I like to go for their probe, which is building, as it forces them to pull another off mining, maybe add it to a control group. I also use my Reaper to scout around the back, make sure I don't see a cheeky little starport coming in, and then I get out. I also see the robotics bay. So we don't need to over micro. See, I basically did a scout, and then I move my Reaper out here. We don't have to worry, like, let's keep attacking. I want to make sure that I'm not falling behind. So we can see here, I go back to base, I have my tech lab, I have the tank started. We set the rally point for the tank on the high ground. We're going to siege up here just to protect our base. In the meantime, try not to get supply capped and start supply depot production. I could rally now since my mineral line is saturated here. I should rally down to the natural soon, which I probably will. I do a little bit more harassment with my Reaper, and it ends up dying, but it's okay. We did some damage, and at this point we're kind of focusing on our 7-minute 30 push. So as Terran, around 7 minutes 30, we're probably going to have stim ready, and we also want to get combat shields as well. And once those two are complete, we're ready to fight, right? We should already be moving out. I never did find this observer, actually. He has an observer in front of my base, so you can see the Liberator coming in. I shift click it so that with commands to go and start harassing, you can see some good damage. Let's check our worker count, 46 versus 42. So as Protoss, you always want to be ahead on probes, so this is really good. We're off to a good start here. Even my army supply is higher. Tank on the high ground. And we get stim started. We transitioned into the 5 racks, 5 racks, 1 factory, 1 starport, which is very typical of a 2 base. I think I over rallied. I pulled these guys. I sent them back here instead, but I believe I fixed that. I noticed, and we re-rally. So look, 6 minutes 30. I see stim is almost done. We want to move out. Like, we want to be ready. Like, we want our army here by the time stim finishes. I know for this match, I really don't want it to go late game. I saw Robo Bay. So we want to get fighting ASAP, right? We don't want this guy to have any chance to come with a big army. So yeah, we're moving out before 7:30. We want to start fighting around 7:30. That's kind of the play. And as we move out, we build a 3rd base, because we're going to eventually mine out, get depot production. You can see we do a good job getting upgrades, getting depots going. I want to make sure we have 3 tanks, which is great for a first push. A lot of players might not see, like I try to move as far as possible in before I start the attack, because once he gets notified, then that's when he's going to react, right? So he might not react until we start attacking. Get my siege tanks. I should have scanned to try and find his army before sieging, as we'll see. He is able to have his army in front, or sorry, my Marines are not protecting the tanks. These tanks is what's going to win the fight, right? At least he wasted his storms. Like if he stormed my Marines, this would have been way worse. We don't really mind. Look at the size of our army compared to his. If he kills these tanks, I'm still going to win this fight. So him dropping those storms is pretty bad. I also control grouped my tanks and targeted the immortals because I want those dead first. So we see very good fight. I also saw that his army came from here, so I figured, you know what, he's probably protecting a third base, and that's when I scan and I see this thing's not even done yet. So we want to deny the third base as we rally our troops as well. So we got more army coming in. I think he canceled that. If he doesn't cancel it, that's really good for us. Let's see. Yeah, so he cancels it, but that's fine. We deny it, right? He even pulls out. I don't know if this was on purpose. I think he basically knows if he doesn't defend this right now, he probably loses the game. So he pulls all his SCVs, which is crazy. Like he pulls all this, and I had a feeling, like we know we're winning in terms of army supply and position. So instead of fighting his army head on, we're just gonna doom drop. Like we're gonna be super annoying and fly over the wall and drop. So let's see how that works for me. We boost in, and then here again, control group. You have all your medevacs. I click to the back of his base. We're gonna boost, and then we're gonna drop click, drop click, drop click, drop click, and then that way the medevacs will be moving and start unloading troops at the same time. I think I accidentally right clicked so they stopped dropping, which was a mistake. Also, the positioning of these tanks, I like the position of this one. It's very hard for him to get his army here, but our main goal is to just kill the mineral line. We don't want these probes to be mining, basically. After this, I kind of like we're winning the fight, so we want to focus on macro now, right? We won the fight. Let's while he's scrambling to react, we're gonna go to base, and we'll see momentarily that I queue up more barracks because we want to remax right away. We'll see I get a fourth base, and I believe once I get the money, I will eventually also build out a fifth. I knew he warped in a bunch of units on the high ground, so after I distracted this mineral line and he sent his army up here, we siege on the low ground with tank, and we're gonna kill this base. And at this point it's over, right? Like he's on one base, he's got 0 mining, he has 65 gold. This is all he has, and this is all he's ever gonna have. So you can see that this is just like when you're in a winning position, it's important to not over micro, because if I were to lose my army and then only be on still 2 bases, sure, we could pump out more units. We also got our 2 engineering bays and an armory to start for 2-2. At this point, I'm not even paying attention to upgrades. Like this game, I know this game is over, and I'm now at this point, I believe, just focusing on my army because I understand the position I'm in. This game is over, right? So I group up my army once more, and we go for the final push. We walk our Marines up the ramp, and we stim, and at that point my opponent sees that he's never coming back for this, right? Like so very quick win. StarCraft is a very fast-paced game. You don't want to give your opponent too much time. And the build I'm playing is very aggressive. In the early game, we try to get the Reaper harass. We go for the Liberator harass, and then we move out with our main army. So, please, guys, if you're enjoying the content, like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next game.